political leader there, so, Ms. Sunita Godara, who is backing NewsX's campaign, who says that it's time for us to revisit the Juvenile Justice Act. But the question I still want to ask you, if other countries have actually gone ahead, and while they're abiding the UN Convention which says the juvenile age should be 18, but that is not something that is mandatory, the countries need to look according to the system of their country and then decide on the age. Why could India do it?
That is, I see, when in India, when there's everybody is now seeing that minors are committing such crimes like rape and murders, and sometimes they are used for doing this murders and all. Minors are being used because they get less punishment. But rape, nobody can force. They are doing themselves.
So you're saying the JJ Act actually is being misused?
Yes, because they know that they will not be punished, they will not get any deterrent punishment. That's why they do such heinous crime like rape. So they should be punished if the act is such which is
well, let's take a look at another example that is coming. 4 of the 5 men accused of gang raping a 22-year-old girl inside the desolate Shakti Mills compound last month were formally charged yesterday. The 4 suspects appeared in court barefoot, and the 5th suspect, who was under 18 at that time of the attack, is likely to be charged separately in a juvenile court and may get away with minimum punishment, which the Juvenile Justice Act promises for juvenile criminals just at 3 years in a reformatory home. Now we have our colleague Manish Avasthi from Mumbai to give us a perspective on that story. Manish, tell us about the outrage on the ground when we talk about the juveniles getting literally scot-free when it comes to rape cases.
Yeah, exactly. This is really a matter of concern that everybody, not only society, but police is also concerned as to how juvenile crime is rising. It is on rise. So what are the reasons are being probed, and police is working hard on it to investigate as to whether the age that is being talked about was really a juvenile age under which that is being charged. So it's all now the charge sheet has already been filed in Kila Court just yesterday, and there were 88 witnesses in the case. 88 witnesses, 22 DNA tests, and this 22-year-old photojournalist who was raped in Shakti Mill is a matter of concern, and that too with a juvenile involved in that is a matter of grave concern. Akshat?
Right. Thanks very much, Manish, for joining us with those inputs. Well, clearly it seems the government is very confused about whether they want to bring about a change in the JJ Act or not. But we at NewsX conducted a poll across the nation where people have proven that they are not confused about the change that they want to. Let's go across to my colleague Frank for further details.
Well, the people indeed are not confused, and NewsX asked a set of 3 questions, and let's pull up those questions very quickly and show you what they are. NewsX in fact asked our viewers, and in this poll NewsX asked, do you think that the juvenile justice law is becoming a license for minors to commit heinous crimes? Now 68.8% of the male respondents agreed with that, and only 26.4% disagreed. We asked the same question to women as well, and this is how they responded. 78.8 agreed, whereas 15.4 disagreed. Let's pull up the second question now on the screen and show that to you. Should minors accused of rape and murder be treated as adults under the law? Now this question was asked to males again, and 82.2% agreed, whereas 15.6% disagreed. The same question was asked to women across the nation, and this is how they responded. 86.5% agreed, whereas 11.5% disagreed. And this is the third and final question that we're going to pull up right now, of course, on your screens. Should there be graded punishment for minors aged between 12 and 18? 76.4% of the male respondents agreed, only 22.9% disagreed. Same question again posed to the women folk, and this is how they responded. 85.38% agreed, whereas a mere 13.49% disagreed.
Well, Frank, thanks very much for joining us with that statistics, where people have actually joined us with our Twitter signature campaign. And we at NewsX are requesting you to do submit your views to us, and we will take them forward to the Krishna Tirath Women and Child Development Minister. You can always follow us on that hashtag that we have for you on Twitter that says raped by law. But talking about rape,